Currently negotiating with a billion-dollar company right now that does 300 to $500 million of revenue. And I'm negotiating a piece of land because they want my land. And so with that being said, which is super interesting, they just came up to my door and knocked on it. So when you're a landowner, sometimes you get that. The only catch is why, right? Now, I've done this before because I've negotiated with Lamar Outdoor Agency, Opal Fuel, People's Gas, KB Homes, D.R. Horton, and a slew of other pretty decent-sized companies, even cities as well. I know, right? How? I don't even know, right? I have no clue how all this stuff happened, but it has happened. And as I get my chicken. And so for some reason, this is happening again. And so I kind of want to share with you what I've learned when it deals with negotiating with billion-dollar companies, billion, B, and how every single time it has worked out for me in a positive way. So number one is this: do your research. Don't give a number right off the rip. Unless it's a stupid number, then you're just like, okay. Just like this piece of property that we got. If he would have knocked on the door and said, look, I'll give you 1.5 right now, honestly, I would have took it. But now when he was kind of being a jerk at the same time of just kind of saying, hey, I want to buy your property and not really sharing, then to come to find out it's a billion-dollar company doing $300 to $500 million of rev every year. Number one Canada privately owned fertilizer company in the huge company, right? It's not like you don't have the money. Then to come to find out, when I'm figuring all this stuff out, I was like, why are you even calling me right now? Then I find out that we have rail on my property, which increases the value, which I did not know when I got this property, increases the value huge, okay? And so this big, right? My mom used to say, it's like, how much do I love you? I love you the whole world, right? And I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I know people from CSX. That's rail, the rail company over here. So I call them up and I find out about the rail. I was like, oh snap, we got rail. Then you have to call these contractors. This all happened last week. Now I've got to call the contractors, the rail contractors, to see what's going on. Now come to find out, they can add substantially more revenue to their company because of my property. So I'm basically the chokehold, which I had no idea. And again, if the guy would have just offered 1.5, I would have never done any research. I would have been like, done. I'll take it. I'll take the deal. You ever won the lottery and then you're just like, nah, I don't want to win the day. What? Of course you want to win. So anyway, this happened. And so number one, let's go back. How do you negotiate? Number one, do your research. Number two, you want to make sure that you understand why they're coming to you. I had that happen with Opal Fuel and People's Gas, right? They came up to us on our property, and then come to find out, it was like they just finished building a $60 million facility right behind me. So obviously they want my property, but I didn't know that because they didn't tell me. Same thing now with the city. You know, they got the Western Trunk, which the funny part is the city is actually the longest time to negotiate for the least amount of money. Right? So they've taken over a year to get back to me. A year. And I'm right down the street. And I know the mayor. So I was like, what? Whatever. We're not getting into it. Privately held companies, you know how fast Opal Fuel, when we finally came up to a number, and it was substantial, literally within 2 weeks, the money was sent. The money was sent. 2 weeks. Oh, Lamar Outdoor Agent, all these companies. Anyway, going back, do your research. Why the hell are they approaching you? Number two, find out what is going on. Do they have options? Find out. Number two, do they have options on somebody else that they could buy their property as well and cut you out? So you you need to know that parameter. You need to know, like, how much further can I go before they dip, right? That's another big one. So then what I've learned as well is never give them a number. You want to kind of feel them out and see what they say. If you can, right? If you can, don't give a number. Just kind of feel them out. So those are the three things. So again, do your research, understand if you're the bottleneck or not, or understand if you have maximum leverage, but you got to know the tipping part. Like, don't be a jerk. And I believe in karma as well. Like, there really is somebody that created us, right? So you do not want to go overboard because you don't want to be done to you, right? So my recommendation is like, chill, chill, chill. See what comes up. Be fair, but also be maximum leverage as well. This company, they're going to add literally over $100 million to their bottom line because of my property. You don't think that if they pay X amount, it's going to kill them? No, it's adding to their bottom line. At the end of the day, it's just the cost of doing business. It's an investment. If we invest $5 or $10 million on this piece of property, we get X back. That's a pretty damn good investment. And I just found out from CSX and everybody else, like, it could actually happen pretty quick because you don't even need a permit because there was already a railroad on my property. So just think about that. So hopefully this helps if anybody's actually negotiating a big deal. And you're just like, oh crap, Franklin, what do I do? How do I negotiate this big deal? First of all, don't stress out. Congratulations, you hit the lottery. You don't have to read all these damn books that I have read to get all this stuff done. So you're going to be more than fine. And the other thing is just like, be grateful, man. This is cool. Enjoy the ride. All right. If you got something out of this, fantastic. If you can like and share it with somebody that's actually wants to do the same thing, great. Oh, also, if you want to double if you're doing ad spend right now and you need a better acquisition process, dude, I murdered it when it comes down to the acquisition process. When it deals with residential and commercial. So if that's you, go to trueinvestors.com. Got a ton of case studies, ton of free stuff over there. If you're new, starting out, check it out. Anyway, be blessed. Bye.